What is up?
Hey, what's up?
Happy to be here for sure.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
know, the upside of being a loser.
Literally the upside.
It's great if you ask me. I'm okay with it. Yo,
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so for all the fans watching, you were on The Amazing Race.
Indeed.
were.
Yes, we were.
Wow, as a
were.
couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about challenging for a relationship, right?
Oh.
Oh, absolutely.
Honestly, I mean, they showed quite our ups and downs on air, but also behind the scenes, like we were
There's so much.
so
Yeah.
much, so much.
Okay, before we get into all of that drama, I really find it interesting for people that go on reality competition shows, like where they were in their life before deciding to do something like this. Because a lot of the times you'll find somebody, myself included, I did it almost kind of for two reasons, and one of them was like an act of like desperation, like I need to change this up or something, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not so much with The Amazing Race, but maybe like, so what was life like before The Amazing Race? What were you guys doing, and why did you pick The Amazing Race?
I mean, truthfully, we started dating back in 2019.
Okay.
We were definitely like a COVID couple. We got to know each other, quite intimately quickly. We had been friends since about 2016, but we didn't start dating till 2019.
Okay.
So when The Amazing Race came around, we were already about 3 years into our relationship, and we were in this moment where it was like, okay, are we going to do this? Like, is this going to become serious? Or are we just kind of living the end of this COVID series of us living together? And like, what's next? So I know going on to The Amazing Race, there was a lot of pressure for us as a couple. Are we going to make this work for us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure on David.
A lot of pressure on me. Yeah, I mean, we were like she mentioned, we started dating back in 2019, and right before we got onto the race, even the process of getting to it was really crucial in our relationship.
Yep.
And I say crucial because, I felt like I was already like, falling behind in our relationship. I felt like she was starting to feel like I wasn't being serious enough. And so earlier on in the year, we got this like awesome opportunity to, potentially be on the race. And it came at a time where we really needed to like test whether or not we were going to make it in our relationship.
What do you like? What do you feel like you were? What was it that you didn't feel you were doing? Like, say that again. You were like, you didn't feel like you were doing enough, or?
It's not that I didn't feel like I was doing enough. I just felt like I had a goal. I've had a goal, a personal goal.
Okay.
That by certain stage in my life, I would be here. I would be there in my relationships or relationship in my career. And I knew that she felt the same way.
Okay.
And approaching our 30th birthday, I felt like I was falling behind, both for me and for her.
We also have very different personalities, and we go about things very differently.
Yeah.
I'm like, head on, let's do it. I'll jump in. I don't care where I'm at. I'll just jump in. David's very like, well, let's think about it.
Oh my gosh, this is me and my wife, but opposite
Really?
roles.
Really?
I'm the like, let's jump in, let's go, let's do it, let's get a dog, let's get another dog. And
oh my gosh,
and
our
she's
conversations.
right, and she's like, well, no, how, like, who's taking the dog to the vet? Who's paying for it? The dog needs insurance. I'm like, there's insurance for dogs. I look it up. I'm like, okay, well, it's not that much. I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Such a thing.
Right. Well, I mean, look, like, you've set goals. You both seem goal oriented. You set goals. I mean, goals are it's a moving target, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's so true.
It is.
As long as you're not giving up on it, I mean, that's right. Like, you don't.
Well, to be fair, it's a moving target at different paces.
Yeah.
Because like I was saying before, we just tackle things very differently.
Yeah.
And I think when you have the same goal, you have to be at the same pace. And so prior to the show, I felt like our paces were just very different, and that caused a lot of uncertainty at that time.
Yeah.
And then we got the call that we potentially could be casted on The Amazing Race. And in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be it. Like, we're going to just do so amazing. And then they told us we were not on the cast.
Okay, well, hold on. Whoa, slow down. Before we even get to that, why did you pick Amazing Race? Did you reach out to them? Did they reach out to you first? How did the Amazing Race come about?
It was actually a very amazing journey within itself. So we went on a vacation.
You keep looking at her like you got to make sure this is okay to say.
Is that
like,
right?
You're like, am I saying this right?
Like, babe, help me out. No, I'm just kidding.
Tell your story.
You got it.
You got me.
Now he's like, okay,
I gotta look somewhere else.
Okay, don't look at me.
I know, like, you're not here.
Okay. How did it come about? It's an amazing story. Let's hear it.
You know, everything just fell into place earlier in the year. We were on a vacation in Costa Rica.
Nice.
We got a little lost with our directions, and out of nowhere, she tells me, "Babe, if one day we're ever on The Amazing Race, like, we need to be able to work together through this."
You manifested this shit.
Yes.
She absolutely did, and to me, it was like, yeah, okay, one day, if that day ever comes, right? 2 weeks later, I get a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't answer because I didn't know who the person was.
Why were they calling you?
It was a random call.
Okay.
So I let it go, right? Mm-hmm. And then apparently I got a message on Instagram. I took a little long to reply or to respond. She calls me. She says, "Hey, so and so called you. Why didn't you pick up the phone?" I was like, "Who's so and so?" "So and so messaged you. She's a casting director. It happened to be Joy." She called me. I didn't answer. She called her. She let her know that, you know, they were in the final stages of casting. They were still looking for couples, for teams, and that she thought we would be an excellent team to work with. So she tells me all this, and I was like, "Oh, let's do it. Let's try it."
And I was like, she's on the line right now.
Amazing. But okay, for instance, like MasterChef like didn't just call me, right? Like I emailed them to let them know I was interested. How did they know that to contact you guys?
We have no idea to this
day.
No way.
She found us on Instagram. She actually found him on Instagram and called him through Instagram. And then he didn't answer. So then she called me and I answered because I'm on it. I'm on it pretty much all the time. And so, and I saw Amazing Race casting director. I'm a huge fan of the show. Yeah. So I answered, called David and was like, "All right, we're doing this interview right now."
Wow.
And then
she let me have it at first. She said, "Why didn't you answer the phone?" And then I was like, "Oh, I really didn't know."
Yeah, be proud of that. He's not answering random girls' numbers,
fair, Fair. Except I needed him to just one call. But
it's like this
out.
one call.
See, now if a girl answers, you're like, "Babe, I gotta pick it up."
Now I have free reign.
I don't know who this is.
Hey,
I had to pick this one up.
Just hold on a second.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's wild. Okay, so you hang up with his casting director. What was the conversation like? You two, like
okay,
you're like.
To be fair, I had to walk him through what The Amazing Race was.
Okay.
No, yeah, kind of. I knew about the show. I knew the concept of the show, but I just never grew up watching it myself. So she started walking me through it. Mm-hmm. She says, "Babe, we need to prepare. Like, we don't have it's not a guarantee that we're even going to make the process, but we need to be as best prepared as we can." Yeah. So I started watching seasons. I started watching episodes. Yep. I started getting a better understanding of the show.
And at that time, we're still going through the audition process. So we had to go through a couple like casting preps and then see the actual casting director. If they liked us, they sent us through. So it was like a lengthy process.
Yeah. How long was the process?
It was probably about a month before they made the final decision.
Yeah, they're so lucky.
Really?
Yeah.
How long was MasterChef?
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months?
We talked to a couple people. I mean, there was other directors that kind of prepped us. More so me, because she's a lot better on camera. She's been doing camera work for a long time.
Yeah.
So when it came down to me, it was a work in progress. Like, they would tell me straight up, "Hey man, you need to work on your responses. You need to get better. You need to be better TV material."
Wow.
So, you killed it on the race. Like your interview.
Little by little, I progressively got better, but nowhere near what the intensity that you lived.
A lot of it.
But also, like, more about your guys' stuff is like, getting to the end of the challenge, each individual race, like it's it's a different thing, but obviously your interviews, but it's like, talk about it like you're doing it right now,
right,
Mhm.
right.
answer the question with the question and the answer. It's like,
It's a lot to think about while you're there's
but now that you've done it,
Yeah.
now you do it in real life.
Yeah.
And it
So
you know,
true.
right?
Yep.
But what was I going to ask?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I thought
intense.
ours was intense.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it
Not
was,
compared to MasterChef,
but
for
also it's
sure.
like we're dealing with knives. You know, they got to
Yeah.
make sure that we're not like
Yeah.
gonna get
Crazies.
upset and stab Gordon
Yeah.
Ramsay.
Right,
And,
of course.
and so yeah, there's a lot of it's important. It's a long process. So when you did make it on the show, how long from when they told you to you guys get on a plane and go to Germany, right?
Yeah, Germany was our first stop.
Yeah.
Well, we had mentioned earlier that we were alternates. So
Oh my God, I was just talking with a
Yeah.
previous person about alternates. You guys were the alternates?
We were the
of
alternates.
show. So we didn't make the show.
We didn't make the
Right.
cut.
So, but at what point did they tell you were alternates? Did they
They-
tell you here in the States or did they tell you in Germany?
They told us here.
So sorry, go ahead.
They told us here a month before they began filming. So a month before they began filming, they told everyone who was on the cast and that they needed 2 teams to be alternates. They gave us a call and they said, "Hey, sorry to inform you, but you guys didn't make the final cut."
Which was a stab in the heart at that time because I was gung-ho that this was the moment that we were going to fall in this like crazy momentum of like marriage and, all of this. So when we got that call, it was like a double heartache.
She was devastated. And when I say devastated, she didn't want anything to do with the show anymore. They asked us, "Are you guys willing to do?" We keep it real. They asked us, "Are you guys willing to be alternates?" She was like, "I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it."
Right, because you're in a performance profession.
Yes.
You know what alternate means.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean,
It's
devastating.
It's like a 1% chance that they use the alternate.
and that's what I told them. Like, I even said that. I'm like, listen, I don't want to have our hopes up. Like, our hopes were up, stab to the heart. I was like,
You can pull it in. You don't have to lean
Oh.
forward. Just pull it close.
I was like, I know what alternate means. I even told him this because they said, get back to us, let us know. And I was like, David, who is going to turn down the Amazing Race to travel around the world and compete for $1 million?
Yeah.
Like,
You're praying someone gets COVID.
and funny you say that. And they want us to prep as if we're going.
Yeah.
So that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
That makes it even harder to process because it's, how do you prepare to go somewhere when you know that there's no way that you're gonna go?
And what were you doing for work at the time?
I'm a helicopter mechanic, so I was still working. I was still, doing my thing.
Right. And they're not going to just there's not like a long line of helicopter mechanics, right?
There's definitely
Right.
not.
So you're like, your job's kind of important.
Yeah,
Super important.
I'm not gonna lie. At the time, I was actually like somewhat relieved that I wasn't gonna go because I wasn't gonna miss out
Right. You weren't going to
On
jeopardize your
of
job.
work.
Yeah.
Because I had just started working in that company. I had only been there. I was just about to pass my 3 months probation.
Oh, shit.
So it
Yeah.
came at a time where
this
it
is
was,
a heavy decision. That's heavy.
Yeah. But I was willing to do it. I was willing to do it because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Let's be real. You were doing it for her.
And second of all, I was doing it for her. I really was.
This is
Say it
your
like it
dream.
is. Say
He
it
was
like it
supporting
is.
your dream
I
so
was.
hardcore.
It was a dream. It
I
was
was
a dream.
supporting her dream. It
Yeah.
meant a lot
That's
more
awesome.
to her than it did to me. But
That's
Especially
awesome.
because we had talked about it a month,
Yeah.
I was manifesting this moment.
You're right.
So
and I tripped out when I got that call and
Okay.
they told us.
So, how did you guys eventually decide? Okay, we'll go over as the alternate. Like, what did they say to you? Did they offer you money? Like, what was the deal?
No, David was like, Aubrey, let's just do it. If we don't get it, we don't get it, So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to prepare myself as if we're not going to go, but we'll still order everything that we need. So we said, okay, this was the end of April. They were supposed to start filming by May 15th.
Okay.
So that gave us about a little less than a month. So I was like, all right. So we started ordering everything. May 15th rolled around.
What do you have to order?
Backpacks.
They don't
shoes.
supply this stuff for you.
No, because
This is your investment?
Yes.
Yeah, every team is giving colors, so you have to buy clothing with logos that are certain size,
Yep.
with garments that are certain length.
And everything has to fit in a backpack. So you're trying to find things that are like compact that will last up to the 2 months that you're gone.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So we're Amazoning everything. Amazoning. I just made that up. We're on Amazon buying everything. We're on Dick's Sporting Goods, and we have all these boxes coming to our house, right? And it's just like heartbreaking because we're building our
we're
backpack.
most likely not going to use
You're like
this.
spending money for like nothing.
Yeah. And so May 15th rolls around and we never got a call. Like no one had called us. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to start sending things back. Like, let's just let this go.
Yeah.
So May 16th rolls around. I'm sending our Hoka shoes back, which were like, you know, the shoes that we wanted to race in. I'm sending our backpacks back, everything. Our digital watches.
Yeah.
I lied. We did keep the backpack. May 18th rolls around. We're like, you know what? It's a Friday. We took the time off of work. We might as well take a trip.
Yeah.
So we jump in our car and we drop our dog off at his parents' house and we're driving to Temecula to have like wine and, fun. And we get a phone call on the 405. Take it away, man.
We were halfway down to Temecula on the 405 on a Friday.
3 p.m.
Roughly 3 p.m. You know how heavy traffic is.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're gonna turn around the worst traffic of the day.
Literally the worst traffic.
So we get a call and she looks at the phone. We recognize the number, and I told her maybe it's just a courtesy call, baby. Like this is the end.
No, there's no courtesy calls
yeah,
in Hollywood.
Absolutely. And so I'm rolling my eyes like I don't want to even answer it, but we do because David's a nice person, so we answer it.
We answer the call and they ask us, hey, what are you guys doing? And we're like, oh, we're just driving.
We didn't want to tell them we were going out of town because they told us not to.
They told us to be as ready as possible.
Yeah.
And so they tell us, are you guys ready to go? Or are your bags packed? And we said, yeah, everything is ready to go. And then we were just like looking at each other like, why would they ask us? And then out of nowhere, he goes, well, pack your bags. You're on the show. And we're like,
I looked at Dave and I was like,
did you say to them, no, you told us we were alternates?
no, we didn't say anything.
No,
right.
We were
there was
silence.
a pause for like 10 seconds. We were just.
He goes, are you guys there? And I was like, we're on our way to Temecula. We're going to turn around right now. Like I just told them, like we needed them to know that we weren't ready. So we turn around and they're like, okay, well, how long do you need? And we're like 2 hours. They had a car outside of our house in 2 hours.
No way.
We ran through Target like crazies. Like crazy people. I was like, we need a watch, we need a compass. Can't find a compass in Target. Like,
you have to bring your own. They don't give you compasses?
No, you don't get a watch. You don't get anything.
Shoes, like everything.
Fuck these people.
It was crazy. And thank goodness, it's also Friday. At this time, by the time we get back home, it's 5 p.m. His company's closed. So he can't tell his job.
So, oh my God. You're going to be in Germany, having to figure out the time change to call your job and go, hey, sorry, I'm not making it today. Were they pissed? Do you still have your job?
So this is what made it worse for me in that
we
that
didn't
week.
know till later.
Fuck the Amazing Race. This is the most amazing podcast. Oh my God.
It was insane.
It was insane. That week, my boss took vacation. He took time off. So when I had to call him on Friday, he wasn't gonna answer. I called him maybe 10 times and he didn't pick up. So it was, what do I do? Do I go and, take my chances and risk my job, or do I
say no?
So do I say no?
Holy fuck.
So I just said, you know what? I'm going to type up an email. I sent the email in and didn't look back.
Yeah.
I said, if I make it back and I have a job, great. If I don't, at least, I'm going on the Amazing Race.
Yeah.
How many paragraphs is this email?
Less than 2.
It was like 3 paragraphs. And I just said, hey, I know that I'm still new.
I kind of want.
Do you have it?
I could probably look it up somewhere.
Do you have your phone?
Yeah, but it's in an older format. Yeah, it's in an old email that I used to use.
Damn, I was gonna have you suck some helium and read the email.
It's gonna be a lot of, yeah.
We were nervous about that one the entire time we were gone. He was like, "What if I don't have a job when we?"
And then the thing is, they take your phones once you get to the designated area. They'll take your phone.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You can't call anyone. You can't reach anyone. And
trust me, I know.
Yeah. It was crazy. So when the car showed up, we were just like, "All right,
yeah,
peace."
Dude, that's so wild.
It was, and we were also calling our family and being like, hey, by the way, we're on the Amazing Race. We don't have time to tell you what happened, but we're gonna be gone until further notice.
Yeah.
Now you get all the way over to Germany. Like, did you shake it off, or was it like bothering you the whole time? Or
For work?
Yeah.
Oh no, I closed that door and I never looked back. I
Good.
said
Right on.
I am on the most amazing journey right now, and that's
Yeah.
all that's in my mind.
What was it like when you got to like meet the other cast members? Like you found like Rex Ryan. You're like, what? There's a fucking NFL coach here. Why is he here?
So
like he doesn't need money.
There were some crazy things that happened
Yeah.
because the contestants also didn't know that the alternates were coming in.
Yeah, they don't tell them that.
There was another team that got COVID, and we replaced them.
That's what happened.
So they started with a team and then took them out of everything and photoshopped us in.
Yeah, that's why some of the pictures are, you could see that, you could tell that I'm.
Wait, so was the first race, you guys weren't in the first challenge?
No, so they do like a prep, like a couple of days of prep
Second
here in
orientation.
LA.
Oh.
And so we had missed the first 3 days. So that's where they do their intros. That's where they do like them.
I wondered why you like. I was like, okay, I'm doing my homework to interview you guys, and I'm like, where are they? Where are they? And then like I see you in the first challenge, and I'm like, this is so weird. They talk to everybody, but they didn't talk to you guys.
That's why.
That's why.
Our videos are different. Our pictures are different. We did our actual interview in Germany, where most of them did it here. So when we showed up, the cast was like, what's going on? Which completely worked in our favor. Like I knew.
Did they think you were ringers?
I don't know what they thought.
I don't know what they thought, but they were just so thrown off by us being there. We were wearing face masks, so all you could see was eyes moving left and right everywhere, from like contestant to contestants, and we were just like.
Right, so you had to wear masks when the cameras weren't rolling, which this is where this is all so stupid because you guys are outside running around cities.
Well, we're also on the buses going to and from, or we're on the airplane going to and from.
The airplane I get.
Yeah.
Right? I guess the bus too. But then like the rest of it, you guys are asking random strangers for help.
Yeah, but we were supposed to have our masks on.
We were told to when we engage with people to have a mask, but
no
when you're
one
in
did
that moment, there's a lot
that.
of things you forget. That's one thing.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, when you're running that race, you forget about the mask.
Yeah, of course. But how? So okay, right. So they're shocked about you guys.
Everyone's shocked.
But how did you feel when you got there and you're like, "There's an NFL coach." Like that's the first thing I thought. I was like, "There's this huge name.
Yeah.
Like, why am I competing against this guy? Like, what did you think? Nothing? You didn't care?
No, I mean, I
can't wait to take him out. I love you, Rex and Tim, but
feisty. I love it.
And Rex even said that to us too. He was like, we were excited because the dad and son who were originally on the show, Rex told Tim, we're gonna take them out first. We can at least beat them. But then when we came in, he was like, "Oh shit, there's 2 younger kids that we're gonna have a hard time."
Oh, that's what you replaced was a dad and son combo.
Exactly.
Amazing.
I will say, I wasn't as surprised to see Rex Ryan there as I was to see other NFL cheerleaders that I had recognized because I also cheered for the Rams.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I saw them, and I remember telling David, like, I think I know who they are. Yeah. But I could only see their eyes. Mm-hmm. And then when I kind of overheard some of them talking, and I was like, I knew it. We cheered for the same team.
But did you cheer at the same time?
No, they came after me.
You just knew.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, this will be perfect. We can like maybe work together or create an alliance.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen.
No.
That didn't happen.
Nope. Nowhere near.
And so okay, we're going to go into personal life real quick because this is impressive. You were an LA Rams cheerleader. Mm-hmm. When you did that, did you have to do other jobs to support it? Like I've heard that the cheerleaders don't make a lot. Is that true, or did you?
NFL, no. Okay. But I also did Laker girls. So I cheered for the Los Angeles Lakers too. And that is a completely different realm. Yeah, I did.
Talk about it. Like
I actually am from Arizona, and I moved out here to become a Laker girl or to audition for it. So when I was 18, I moved out here, and I cheered for them for 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what kind of started my career just in dance.
Yeah.
And then I fell in love with Latin dancing.
Okay.
And somehow one of my YouTube videos, like back in the day, like went crazy with one of my dance partners, and so I traveled around different countries teaching what they call LA style Latin dance around the world. And then I found out that the Rams were coming back, and I was like, well, I might as well go back to cheering because I miss it so much. And I became the captain of the Los Angeles Rams cheerleaders.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so impressive.
Yeah.
How long did you cheer for them?
Just 1 year.
Yeah.
I then opened.
You were like, this ain't Laker money. I'm out.
No comment. It's just they're two different worlds. I mean, NFL you have 10 games, Lakers you have 80 something games.
Oh, okay.
So it's very different. And
I
then
didn't look at it like
it
that.
was also the Rams coming from St. Louis to LA, so it was their first year back.
Right. Their
So,
budgets were smaller
yeah,
because
it was just-
all the money's in the stadium.
Just a different type of,
Yeah.
different type of pay scale. But I decided to open up a dance studio and
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah, no, it was a trip when we first met. Hearing her background,
Yeah.
the way that she was presented, because dancer teachers have a presentation that are given, and when I heard her background, her story, it was fascinating.
Yeah.
Like from Arizona, comes here, cheers for one of the biggest NBA teams. Like that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
And to do it more than 1 year, like,
Yeah. And
awesome.
they put those cheerleaders through it's like hard
Oh yeah,
tests to
yes.
get in,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
Yeah.
It's probably harder to become a Laker girl than to get on The Amazing Race.
Yeah. No, I would say so.
It's pretty
Yeah.
intense.
For sure.
Yeah, and I mean, you walk in and you just see so many incredibly talented dancers and
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful girls and guys now,
Yeah.
auditioning for these spots, and it's intimidating.
Yeah. You immediately start
Yeah.
thinking, like, am I good enough? Why
Yeah.
am I
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Uh,
But like you had mentioned earlier, it's almost like that naiveness
mhm.
is what gets you through it. Like you're just like, all right, well,
Yeah. Whatever.
see what happens.
Yeah. I'm the best. Let's just do this.
Yeah.
I was thinking something, but anyway. Oh yeah. So tell me, like, when and how did you guys meet?
What was it? The year was 2015.
2015.
So I went to take Latin dance classes at a place in Commerce here in LA.
Mhm.
And she walks in as the instructor. And
Ooh. And you landed your instructor.
yeah. I'll
Took
never
a couple years.
It took
but-
a couple years, but that day was just
Like I told you, these goals are just moving targets.
Exactly. Yeah, she walks in and I was just like very,
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
So, okay. So what made you want to start doing these dance classes?
We always joke about this.
Yeah,
question.
she makes a joke about it.
Trying to impress another girl?
No, just
Well,
trying to
just
meet girls in general.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
I was young, right, in my younger days, and I wanted to meet girls.
Yo, why do you think I learned how to cook?
There you go.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Is that why you learned how to cook?
Any straight guy, anything we do is to impress girls. Like, let's be the car, the rims,
Fair.
the tent, the clothes, the
Fair.
shoes. Like,
True.
It's fair.
if it wasn't, you ever seen those memes that guys just need it so simple and it's like an empty apartment and it's a blow up mattress and a TV?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for girls, that's how we would live. Come on.
True. Very.
Anyway,
very
okay,
true.
so you're trying to meet girls and
Yeah.
you're like, I'm going to try dance classes?
Yeah, so
Dance classes.
I've always wanted to learn how to dance or be better at dancing. So I showed up. I started taking classes. She was the instructor. She taught the more advanced classes because, obviously she had a higher caliber. And I started off with the beginner classes. A couple months in, she had auditions for her dance team. She had different levels. And I made the very amateur
Beginning team.
beginning team. And
I
the
like
rest is
went up to
history.
him after class and I was like, you need to audition for my team. But David was very shy back then. And I was really intrigued by that because most of the guys in dance, like they're very outgoing, but he was just like, he really wanted to learn and he was just really shy. And that, for me, that's fun. Like I'm going to pull out,
Okay.
pull it all out for you.
But when
And
you asked him to audition, was it because you like,
I thought he was cute.
yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Absolutely.
No.
Not because of,
No.
I made the team because of my skill, not because of my looks.
And you were asking for professional reasons. Like this wasn't you weren't crushing yet. Were you?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Wow.
Not until 2019. No, I thought he was very handsome and I wanted him to be a part of the team for sure.
Aw.
And then he became my dance partner
Wow.
and we started dancing together.
Yeah.
He did it for fun. I obviously do it for a profession,
Yeah.
but we won some world championships together. Still, again, not
Yeah.
dating.
You still weren't dating.
No.
You won world championships together? And like what was the competition?
Was in Colombia.
It was a world world competition. So different countries show up to this event.
Yeah.
They compete. Different
And
genres.
what was the genre that you
Bachata.
won?
It was bachata.
I don't know what that is.
Bachata is like a form of salsa.
It's a
Little
Latin
slower.
style. that-
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very up and coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you had
Dance all
only
over the
been
world.
dancing for how long?
3 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
3
There's
years.
people that like they start when they're little kids and they don't win world championships.
No, yeah. So
No, I'm a very intense instructor.
I was just saying you're a good teacher.
she made it happen. She
Wow,
really pushed
that's-
us.
That should be on your business card. 3 years
Maybe
to
I
a
should.
You should
3
add
years
that
to a
one.
world championship or your money
Right,
back.
you know, endorsed by Derrick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we
Wow.
started dating a little bit after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm gonna save some of those questions for our little newly engaged game.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna play some games
All
today.
right.
Cool.
We got lots of games.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
But let's talk about some more food stuff because you're on this show. What is the like in between each race, like where you're living situation? How's all the hotels and staying and
Yeah.
eating? What was that like?
These hotels were actually all very nice.
Gorgeous.
We had absolutely no complaints.
When they had them all lined up for
They
you,
had 'em
like
all
you
lined
didn't
up.
have to do any of the checking
No.
in. It was like it was already ready. You showed up.
Yeah. Once you finish the race, they'll take you in your own little shuttle, and then they'll just say, "Hey, go to room so and so," and you can't leave that room. If you need anything to drink, you have to ask the security outside. They'll bring you water. They'll bring you snacks.
Yeah.
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 The food was amazing.
Food was
though.
delicious.
When we were in, I mean, everywhere we were going, I would say it was pretty intense what we ordered in Jordan. We went to the Kingdom of Jordan, and you know, it's different. It's a different. The way they cook is different. They use
Vegetables
different.
are grown different.
Yeah, and as amazing as it was, my stomach wasn't very fond of it.
Right.
So that was the hard part, was making sure that we were making good decisions, not knowing how it would affect us
Right.
during the race.
Because you're like, I can't have diarrhea when I'm trying to
Straight
roll
up,
a keg.
Straight up.
Yeah. Were you responsible for your food or did they pay for it?
No, they covered it.
Yeah.
They covered breakfast,
They said
lunch,
just
dinner. Just
whatever
order
you want.
whatever you need, and we'll
I'm
bring
going
it
on
to
an
you.
amazing race.
Oh, we were spoiled.
Just
we were
to
spoiled.
just
We
for
had
this.
charcuterie
We-
boards in
Yeah.
like France.
They're gonna be like, Derrick, why are you doing so well? Like you really want to win this, huh? I'm like, no, I just want to be here tomorrow for room service.
straight up. Like
Yeah.
it was.
The
I
room
mean,
service was awesome.
but we had also just ran an 8-hour race. So by the time we get back,
So hungry.
like
Yeah,
you're
you're
starving. And you
Yeah.
don't want to eat anything prior to the race. You know, they give you like it's race day because they give you like a bag with like an apple, piece of bread,
Yeah, light food
some
to
crackers.
keep you going.
Okay, so there's race days and there's not race days.
Yes.
You're not
Yes.
full time racing.
No.
How many days sometimes goes in between races?
Generally 2, because for us it was race one day, travel the next, rest the other day, and then race
They
again.
gave you rest time?
Yeah, we had rest time.
They gave us rest time.
Dude, the Amazing Race is soft. This is soft. Come do a week on MasterChef.
Oh yeah, nowhere near as intense
No, near.
as that.
There's like past contestants that have been on The Amazing Race, and they're like, yeah, we had to do this, we had to do that. And I remember watching the race back then. Like, I remember they had to get their own flights, but COVID really changed their protocol. So that was one of the bigger.
This is interesting that they made you pay for anything because in game shows, what's the prize for Amazing Race?
$1 million.
million.
$1 million. Son of a bitch.
We were so
Yep. We were so close.
Oh, I want to know, but I want to finish watching it.
I mean,
Okay, well, we won't.
I mean, I know you didn't win because you're here. This is fun. This is
we
fun.
should just tell
Boom.
him.
No,
we should
we
just
won't
tell you.
tell them later.
Okay.
He
We'll
wants
tell you
to-
later.
Okay. Shoot, what was I saying? Oh, because you're competing for money, all game shows have a thing called standards and practices,
Mhm.
and it's got to be fair. So if they're telling you guys go buy, you need this compass, you need a bag, like, do they give you exact brands that you need to buy, or you can buy whatever?
No,
Because
they
obviously Rex Ryan can buy a better compass.
They didn't say this is what you need. They said buy what you need to race around the world.
Yeah. They give you
They
a
can give you
list of
any
things.
idea?
No.
You really have
I
to do your
YouTubed
own like research for what you need or what can help you actually.
Thank goodness for past contestants, because they're the ones that put it on YouTube. That's like, if you're going on The Amazing Race, this is what you need.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, gosh, there's so many good things like about the internet and our social media now. There's a lot of terrible things too, and there's things that we can tell that it's doing harm to our society.
Yeah.
But there's also really great things about it. Like I was looking up vacation destinations, and this is how I do look up vacation destinations. I go to Instagram, I find the location where I want to go. Let's say it's a hotel. Let's say it's a hotel in the Bahamas. Obviously, all their pictures are going to be really, really pretty, right?
Right.
But when they share someone else's photo, then I go to that person and I scroll their Instagram and I go, let me find out what their real pictures of this hotel were, right? And I look at it and I'm like, this is better than anything the website's going to, because the website's going to curate this vibe.
Right.
Yeah.
The person that's visited, I'm going to go watch their story.
Right.
Or I'll type in a hashtag and I'll watch a hashtag story of somebody's trip. They've been there an hour ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what this place looks like.
Right.
You know? So it's like you can get a really good idea of where you're going now,
For sure.
all around the world, versus like before. It was like, what did you do?
Yeah.
That's
That's
interesting
true.
though, that they you have to prepare, like you have to buy things to go, like a bag, and you have stipulations. They got to be this color.
Yeah.
That's
And,
interesting.
Like, you don't want to bring a big backpack because you're racing literally
You've got to run
Yeah.
with the backpack.
running.
Yeah, you're gonna run with it.
Yeah, or two of them.
Or two of them.
What does that mean? Who was running with two of them?
Me. There's times where I ended up running with her backpack as well because she was tired.
I mean, to be fair, I yodeled for like a good hour at the top of a mountain
I
in the
hated
sun.
that challenge.
Like it, and you're doing it over and over and over. You're practicing, and as a dancer, like it seems easy. So that's why I
Right,
was
you're like,
like,
here's the timing.
yeah, here's the timing, but not realizing that I'm actually using my diaphragm and like everything in my body to yodel at the top of my lungs. So
I hated that challenge.
you and a couple other people.
Has this been a past challenge? Have they made people yodel before in previous seasons?
Similarity. I mean, similar
Yeah.
things, but not yodeling. And it was so hot, and you're in that costume. We were wearing those
Right.
like,
Yeah, that leather
And you had to wear that whole thing. That one
leather
girl that
costume didn't
forgot
help.
the hat,
Oh.
yeah, that was not good.
and she
Yeah,
seems like
on
a
the scenes
person
and
that would
behind the scenes.
lose her mind over that. Did she? Was she crazy outside of it?
She
You can spill some
She was
tea.
pretty upset.
Yeah, she was upset. And like cast or producers are going back and forth like, are we going to take this or are we not? And so there
That's
was
where
like,
that's what I'm talking about. Standards of practice comes in and goes,
Yeah.
you made this rule.
but we had
But the producer's like, but her hair's crazy and her interviews are wild. We really need her to keep going.
keep her. And they did. I mean, they kept her, but she went back. She ran all the way back and got the hat and came all the way back and checked in. And that was actually when we were checking in, so we got to see
We saw them run in.
the whole thing. Yeah, that was a show.
Yeah, they're like,
That's
"You
the
could
other thing.
be-
So
you
like,
could be that."
if when you make it, you finish your whatever race it is. If no one finishes like anywhere close to you, they take you away and you're just like, you made it, and they don't tell you where in the race you are. Like you don't really know. Like you don't know how many people are behind you.
They
Oh.
try their best to not let you know where you placed, but once they send you to a certain area, you can start counting the amount of teams.
Right.
So
And honestly, we were all like,
Right.
we're like, okay,
Oh Jesus,
last.
that's rough.
We
We
for
came in,
sure
yeah.
finished last, like
couple times.
more than half
More than
of the
any
times.
team.
But they didn't send you
Like
home.
second to last.
Second
But
to
Oh,
last.
second to
like,
last.
last going into
Right.
the next
Last
round.
one to make it through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The person getting cut was right behind you.
exactly. There's a lot of times that happened through this season.
What do we attribute that to?
Honestly, our communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was like the hardest part about that? Like
Man,
Truthfully, I feel like it was a lot of it had to do with how we thought we were gonna do individually.
mhm.
You know, I'm so used to her being so good under pressure.
Yeah.
And seeing somewhat of a switch in that moment threw me off. Like, why aren't you as comfortable with pressure as I thought you would be?
Mm.
You know?
Mhm.
And then communicating with that was a little tough at times.
Yeah. It's like we completely switched on the race.
Yeah.
I'm usually like the more like, let's just do it. We got it. And then he's more like, okay, let's just take our time in our everyday life.
Right.
But on the race, it's almost like it switched. And I became very like, I don't know if I can do that. And I started second guessing myself a lot. And I talked about this on the race too. And he was more like, no, babe, you got it. Like he was.
Right. Because I you know what, I can tell you why. The Amazing Race to you was this thing you've watched. You've like when you were manifesting it, when you were saying it to him, like if we were on the Amazing Race, this is like, so this thing is so important to you. And for him, he's like, I think I just lost my job. Like, fuck it, let's go. So he's become the naive one.
Yeah.
And this is so important to you. You've put it up on this pedestal.
So
yeah.
true.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Our first Germany, like I just like got camera shy, like not even camera shy, just like normal shy. And I didn't know what to do. And you're running around all these people because it starts with 12 couples, right? And then David's like, no, babe, like we got to go. What's this? What's that? And it was the first time I feel like in our relationship too, where like I wasn't pushing to be the leader.
Yeah, you weren't the leader anymore.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I had to completely trust him because I didn't trust myself.
Wow.
I think that also is a turning point
Yeah.
in the race that we haven't really like discussed since.
And probably like your relationship, like
Completely.
I mean, you're like, I don't know, you became the leader.
Yeah, no, I took charge with a lot of things that had to do with, I feel like being in the moment. Throughout the race, it was always, you're in that moment and you have to get through it, no matter what it is. And I feel like in everyday life, she's really good with that. But again, there in those instances, it was almost like she was off. Instead of
so
being
interesting
on.
because it is like, because like with dance, being an instructor, being a cheerleader, like it's all like you have to motivate yourself to go do it. And I'm not saying you don't motivate yourself, but what I'm saying is like working on helicopters, like you're working for a company or somebody.
Yeah.
Like you know what you show up, you accomplish the task. Like it's like a helicopter is built one way, right? Like you know what that takes.
Yeah.
So like, wow, that's such a crazy like switch.
It was. And I remember going back to the hotel. So in the first show, we came in 11th out of 12.
Right.
Or 11 out of 12 couples. We thought we were going home. And so I remember standing on the mat with Phil and being like, I just let David down. And being like, thinking like everything we had just manifested and got here, like I let him down. And as Phil was talking to us, letting us know like, hey, you guys didn't do very good. It's possible you're going home.
I saw your eyes light up. Yeah.
We saw the last team come in, who turned out to be two of our really good friends, Asta and Nina. They're here in LA too.
Oh.
Yeah. And so when we saw them running up, we just looked at each other like, oh my gosh.
God. Yeah. What a relief.
It was a relief.
It was a relief, but we also knew we had a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Because then you also start like behind, right? Like other teams get this lead.
30 minutes behind everyone.
It's like,
yeah.
But then you get someone who drives 30 minutes in the wrong direction and you're like right back in it. Did you do all the driving?
I did. Yes, I did most of the driving.
Yeah.
I started.
You can drive stick, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the main reason why I took the driving, because
I got so annoyed when you were behind those two cars because they just kept stalling, and I was like,
smart. They were so smart about that. They knew he could drive stick, so they made sure to get in front of us.
Yeah.
They told us.
Like the producers put them in front of you?
No, they purposely got in front of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the twins, and I remember
when you're on a competition show, just in case if you ever do it again, you can't reveal anything to anyone.
Well, we know that now.
Now I knew I should have kept my mouth shut.
To be fair, there was one thing we didn't reveal, but it got revealed at the end because it was one of the reasons that we didn't win.
So I didn't get confirmation. Are you still working for the job? Did you lose the job?
No, so I didn't lose the job.
Wow.
They were nice enough to, they were very understanding. They knew that it's the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah.
So they welcomed me with open arms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were relieved.
That is a relief. Okay, let's play our first game.
Oh, all right.
So since you were on this competition, competing, you didn't really get to compete against each other. Are you guys competitive?
I am.
We're both very competitive.
So if
she thinks she can beat me, but she can't.
So if I asked you who could fit more marshmallows in their mouth, who would win?
Oh man.
I think she's gonna win that one.
Probably me.
You gonna give up that easy?
That one, okay, no, let's do it. I'll win.
Let's find out.
Oh, well, let's do it. Dude, the big marshmallow?
Oh, I thought it was little baby ones.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Can't have you choke.
I'm not gonna turn down a competition. I'll tell you that.
Let's go. I'm warming up.
Keep the microphone in. All right, you guys can share this bag.
Uh-oh.
We'll set it on this side.
What? Whoa, no. We'll set it right in
Is
the
there
middle.
a time? Do we have a time limit?
No, it's just until you like max out. So we'll just one at a time.
Yeah,
Yeah, one at a time, and you gotta just hold it in there. Okay. 2. Can you do 2? 2. Okay. 3. Are you chewing? No, you guys gotta put it in. You're at 4. What is that for you?
4.
4. 5. Where is he putting it? 6. Are you out? Oh my God, you're pulling your cheek out. 7. You're at 6. You're at 7. You're done. Pull it out. That was awesome. All right.
It's going down my throat.
Yeah.
Do it.
Wow.
Man,
Oh,
those
that
are
was
so
hard.
dry.
I was
Yeah.
trying to squeeze it like back in the
Me
corner.
too.
And I
It
couldn't.
didn't work.
It's
I couldn't
corn.
do it.
It's cornstarch. Here,
I
drink
can
some
feel it
water.
going down my throat, man.
What was the hardest challenge? I mean, obviously you went out on one, but was that the hardest one? Like,
I don't think there was a hard challenge. We were known for being really good at challenges.
okay,
Our hardest challenge was directions.
navigating.
Navigating was our that's
Why
where
we
we
win.
struggled a lot
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, when you're in the moment driving and getting directions in different languages, different roads, different rules to roads and driving. I see the cheese bumps.
Keep going.
Are we doing the cheese bumps too?
Yeah, navigating was hard. Not as hard as marshmallows, but
It's what caused one of our biggest. I mean, it caused one of our biggest fights on the show.
Yeah.
And you didn't. We got at the beginning of the race, and maybe you felt the same way. You know, filming. You know that cameras are on you. You know that there's mics around you. Like you're more aware. But we were on our 6th, 7th race, and by that time I forgot camera crew was even there. You're so focused.
Yeah.
on the
Eventually,
race.
it disappears.
Like it disappears. Yeah, you get used to it, and we were just not vibing in our conversation. I was like, David, you need to go this way, and he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, I don't know. Right here I go, like thinking I'm not giving correct directions, and we got lost. And I just was like, I'm trying, and this whole like dramatic scene happened, and David gets out of the car. But truthfully, that was our turning point.
yeah.
Wow.
In our relationship.
In a good way.
In a good way,
good
for
way.
Yeah.
sure, for sure. But it was that big
That race
argument.
definitely was everything
All right,
involved
what
with
are
that
we doing
race.
now?
Pull the microphone in.
All right, what are we doing now?
Okay, so we're gonna do some relationship testing questions.
Okay.
Oh man,
I win these.
You win these.
he's good at these.
You don't even know what questions I'm asking.
I still know that I'm good on these. I still believe that I'm
Look
good
at the
in
confident
these.
man you've created.
The Amazing Race created what?
Yeah, we give it to the race.
I attribute it to the race.
Okay, so
Are we writing these big?
Like,
are we gonna show them?
And
Oh,
don't
okay.
show them to each other.
Okay.
No peeking.
Show it to
Hey,
this
no,
camera.
you're looking over.
No, I'm showing it to this camera over here.
So if he asked you to go to the store, if she asked you to go to the store, and you had to buy a treat, a snack for the other, what would they be asking for? Like some
Only one or
confidence.
two.
The first one you think. Some confidence here. She knows what you're asking for. What is she asking
Let me
you
switch
for?
my fonts really quick.
I liked the other font. If Aubrey said, David, go to the store, I need a treat, what are you getting her?
Sweet tarts or Slim Jims.
That is very odd. It's so back and forth. Is that what you would have said, sweet tarts?
No.
Or Slim Jims?
Don't change the answer
I
now.
would have said Mari-chan.
Oh,
What's
Cup of
Money
noodles.
Chunks?
cup noodles
For some reason, I'm obsessed with those right now. I have no idea why.
now, but usually it's one of these two. But okay,
Sorry, babe.
that's okay.
Okay.
I mean,
You're changing it so you can win.
close.
Hot Cheetos.
Con
Oh,
limon.
that's very
limon.
true. That's very true. I love hot
She
Cheetos.
nailed it?
Con limon.
She did.
Okay.
See that?
Wow, that's a really
So you're
nice.
each 1 for 1.
Okay, we'll
We're
take
1
it.
and 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta write. I gotta keep track of this.
Okay.
We'll take it. Don't worry. I got the score in my head.
You have a pet peeve about the other one.
Oh.
What does he think your pet peeve of him is? Does that make sense? Like,
So what annoys me about him?
No.
what do you... Hold on, I confused myself. Okay. You have a pet peeve about him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you know what it is? Do you?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, write that down.
Ready.
Okay.
This is an easy one.
So, she has a pet peeve
Yes.
about you.
Yes.
What do you think she would say it is? Show us the paper.
That I take too long to get ready.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I told you.
If you want to get more specific,
I
what
know
do I
her.
get frustrated with?
She gets frustrated every time I do my hair.
I was gonna say it's the hair.
Yeah, it's the hair.
Oh my gosh.
It only takes like
Babe,
5
my
minutes.
pump's not high enough.
Babe, is it high enough?
I need to
Does the
get
hair
it
look
from
okay?
different angles. It takes sometimes it takes a while.
It's okay.
For the
Okay.
race, it didn't take as long though.
My seatbelt. Is that what you would have said?
He hates it.
I hate. So every car now has a specific sound
Yeah.
that it makes when you're not wearing a seatbelt. Our Corolla is the loudest of loudest, and she is notorious for not wearing her seatbelt.
In both driving and passenger?
For some reason, it's only when she's a passenger. When she's on the driver's seat, that's the first thing that she does.
Right.
But every time I'm driving, I hear deet, 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 and it doesn't stop on the Corolla. It doesn't stop until you put the seatbelt on.
Wow.
This is very true. This is very true.
Seatbelt, yeah.
So did we get 1 for 1?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're tied.
So we're 2 and 2.
Okay. Ooh. Do you guys cook?
She
I
cooks
do.
more than I do.
Has he cooked?
Actually, yes. He cooked the other night.
Okay.
Very amateur cook, but I can cook.
What was the first thing you cooked for each other? So what was the first thing? This might be complicated. He cooked for you.
Yeah. I got it.
Okay, write it down. And what was the first thing you cooked for her?
Mm.
Okay, what is it? What do we got? Turkey tacos.
Did you get turkey tacos? I knew it. Yeah, I
What kind of LA shit is that?
I had tortillas in the fridge.
We didn't have a lot. We didn't have
Yeah,
a lot.
Okay, flip it over. What was the first thing you cooked for him?
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yep.
Okay. What is it?
The first thing she ever cooked for me,
Let's see.
it was sweet potatoes and quinoa.
Quinoa. That doesn't seem like what you got over there.
I forgot.
My spicy chicken.
I forgot.
What's the right answer?
His.
Oh,
No,
I
remember-
went
I
vegan for a
remember.
couple months,
Yeah, she
and
was-
I forgot. I
Yeah.
did forget about that.
David,
I'm telling
pulling
you.
out the lead.
I'm
No,
telling
he's good.
you.
He's good at this game.
You guys are gonna thank me later when you're on like
On the cruise.
on a honeymoon or a cruise, and you play this game and you guys win.
Yep.
That's true.
Okay. He takes you out onto the dance floor,
Mm-hmm.
and the DJ is gonna play a song. What song is he picking? And then vice versa. What song is she picking? You have a different song. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Well, one
I'm
of you is
ready.
getting 2 points. Okay.
I'm getting the 2
So,
points.
what song,
Dang it.
She's regretting it now.
if she walks out to the dance floor, what song do you think she'd pick?
It's a Spanish song called Y Llegaste Tú.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But now,
Wait, no, I got it right.
I know.
he got it right.
Dang
But
it.
now, what was the other?
The other one was. It's a bachata song.
Okay.
Corazón sin cara.
And
How come you didn't pick this one?
he thought you would pick that one.
For both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to pick that one, but I didn't pick it.
Hey, at least we got,
Yeah.
He got 2 points on that one. Piece of clothing that he owns that you can't stand. What do you think that is? Okay,
I
let's see
already
it.
know.
Slipknot shirt.
Misfits.
Ah!
That's right. It was the Misfits.
She can't stand my Misfits shirt.
Oh, I hate
So
that
funny.
shirt.
I almost wore a Misfits shirt today.
Oh, man.
Shut up.
Okay, flip it over.
Man.
Piece of clothing that she owns, clothing, shoes, underwear, whatever, that she owns that you can't stand. And then you gotta tell me what you think his answer is. Let's see it. Hold it up. Gray shorts. Anything tight? What you mean? You don't like when she wears tight clothes?
That's not true.
Out.
No, that's not
out.
true.
Anything that shows my butt.
No, well, because these shorts were like, they weren't even shorts. And she wanted to wear these out. I was like, no, you're not going to wear these out because they're not covering anything. You're not going to wear these.
Wow.
I forget the name of the brand.
You know, you hit a hot button.
I did. Well,
Yeah.
You guys are going to have to sort that out later.
No. We've tried. That's why he didn't have an answer. Because he told me, because I would give him a hard time for giving me a hard time. And he said, okay, I'm not going to say anything anymore about it.
Wow.
So that's why I put anything tight. What gray shorts are you talking about? The flowy ones?
I don't know. They had the little rhinestone in the back. What's some brand? I don't know what the brand was.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Anyways.
Moving on.
Yeah, no one got a point.
Last, I think we'll make, how many points we got here?
David's winning.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 4. Okay. This is a 3-point question.
Okay.
Oh.
You have to rate each other as a kisser.
Oh.
So, what is David?
Scale of what?
1 to 10.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what is David going to say your level of kissing?
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what is she going to say your level of kissing?
Okay. Ready?
Okay, let's see it. 10 and 10, okay?
Good job, babe.
Okay. You're welcome.
So we both got 3 points?
Yeah, we're still at a tie. We need another tiebreaker.
Okay.
When you pick out your wedding cake,
Ooh.
how many tiers is your wedding cake going to be and which flavor?
I really hope he gets this one.
See if he's been paying attention.
I hope so. We just met with them yesterday.
Oh, wow. This is a great question.
Did you scribble it out?
No. Ready?
Okay, let's see it. 0 tiers? It's going to be 1 tier?
No, 0. We're not doing a cake.
It's a fruit
So
tart.
it's no cake.
It's a no cake.
You did scribble it out. You started with 4 tiers and then you said a fruit tart. Oh,
Yeah.
why a fruit tart?
I don't.
She doesn't like
Cake.
she doesn't like cake.
I love that. I make amazing fruit tarts.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
noted.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do one more question. We got to break this tie.
Good job.
Have you come up with your guest list yet?
Yes.
Yes.
How many guests are you inviting to the wedding? Flip it around. Let's see. Ding, ding, ding. Gosh, this is okay.
We're on it with the wedding stuff right now.
How many dates did you go on before you first kissed?
Oh.
Uh-oh. Someone's going to think someone was dating someone longer than the other. Let's see it. 0? You kissed before you went on a date?
Yeah.
Naughty, naughty.
In the closet.
Oops.
That's where the closet story started?
Yeah.
You guys hooked up the first time you kissed?
Yeah.
Woo! Let's end it there. You
So we both win.
You both win a cookie. Hold on.
Woohoo! Ooh.
Oh.
So what's next? We're planning a wedding.
Planning a wedding.
Yeah, I'm planning a wedding.
You guys know where you're having it?
Yes, Lake Arrowhead.
Okay.
On the lake.
Wow.
November 11/11, actually.
Very cool.
Yeah.
This year.
This year.
Crazy. We were up there all day yesterday. All
Wow.
day. Had meeting after meeting.
You have 150 people.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a lot of fruit tarts. Are you going to do little individual ones? What are you going to do?
Honestly, we don't know yet.
We haven't- yeah.
decided. I
Hmm.
think we barely decided that we're not going to do the cake.
Yeah. I love the fruit tart idea. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But are you still going to do like the traditional, like cut it and feed it to each other? Like you're going to do the whole
I mean, I don't
cutting?
think so.
No?
No, we haven't really.
Yeah, we didn't really discuss
we
that.
haven't even discussed that.
But if I mean,
The dancing at your wedding is going to be amazing,
it's
isn't
gonna
it?
be lit.
That yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
We're
Like,
trying to. Well, we. By we I mean her. We were trying to expand the stage because the stage wasn't big enough.
Yeah. You know, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, it's such a whole process because the
You gotta get it approved.
you have to get it approved, and then there's insurance that you
Yeah.
have to get. So,
Yeah.
I'm still figuring out the quotes and all of that. But I mean, you can't have a dancer wedding in like a small stage.
Yeah.
No.
It just doesn't work out that way.
Well, and I mean, and yeah, especially not for You guys are dancers.
Legit. And all of
And
our
all
like
of-
guests
our
are.
guests and party.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you know how many like people you're gonna have? Like how many groomsmen? How many bridesmaids?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have our numbers all.
We're doing 14, 7 and 7.
7 and 7.
Oh, it was like 14 on each side. I was like, what?
Oh,
No.
So like where we're getting married in the ceremony, it was kind of based off of like
How much space?
How much
Yeah, how much
space?
space in the layout.
I really don't like when it's like dead space.
Yeah, but also 7's a great number.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So we're
Yeah.
kind of like starting that whole process.
You found a
No.
dress yet?
No.
Wow.
My sister's getting married in a month. So it's crunch time for her. I'm her
Yeah.
maid of honor.
Wow.
So we're kind of waiting after their wedding, give them their, their moment.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're going to go
Yeah. You know,
balls of the walls.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the dress, like you have to get it hemmed like 3 times,
Yeah.
tailored, like because you just like, I don't know why.
Well, and like
Fluctuate.
also, I'm not really like a picky person when it
Okay.
comes to things like that. He's more anal.
So we need
about
more
things
time with
More
him.
time.
He needs more time.
What have you figured out what you're gonna do for a suit?
I mean, I know the color scheme that I want to run
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
What you thinking?
Black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. A black
Okay.
tux. Little bow tie here.
Woo.
Suspenders and everything.
Yeah.
She's liking it. Aw.
Yeah, we're going pretty neutral in our colors, so
Okay.
which I'm really excited about.
Just like very formal.
Yeah.
Very,
I like
like-
that very classic look
Yeah.
with a little bit of like hip or trend to it.
Cool.
So that's been nice and easy on our hotel because they're like, oh, black and white, simple.
Yeah. They've
Yeah.
got all that in the bag.
Yeah. So that's
Um,
been fun.
how was the engagement? Tell us the engagement
Oh.
story. Who wants to go first? Because we have perspectives. There's the guys and the girls.
I think you, David, should go.
Sure.
Yeah, because I love when you tell it.
Aw.
Okay. So because of the we were gone for so long throughout the show, I didn't have any more time off. But then I transitioned jobs and that allowed me to go to this New York trip that she was at because she was teaching at this event.
Okay.
She brought her teams, they were performing. And on Sunday when she didn't have anything to do, I had told her on Sunday I want us to walk to Central Park. I want us to, take a really nice picture. I don't ask you for pictures, but I want us to look nice and just take a really nice picture. I found this spot on the internet that
You
that
had
I
no
think,
idea it was coming?
I had no idea.
I think you're gonna love. And I had the bag stuffed in my boots in my luggage. The day that she was getting ready, I got ready. I stuffed it in my pocket. It was kind of bulging out, so I used my shirt to kind of cover it, and I walked the whole
Yep.
time from
Yep.
the hotel, covering the box.
Were you sensing it all throughout the day?
No,
like
it was. I was so like oblivious that I actually invited people to come with us.
That's awesome.
So I called
Yeah.
people like, "Hey, we're going to Central Park. You guys should come."
He's like, great. I got witnesses.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell anyone because I didn't want to risk someone saying anything or it slipping out.
Smart.
So they all come, and fortunately, it was our really good friends. So we're walking over there, and I had hired a guitarist and a photographer, and I had the guitarist set his guitar in a way where it appeared for him to be a street performer because in New York and places like that you get a lot of street performers. He was playing. And I texted him when to start playing. So as he started playing, he had a playlist.
Yeah.
He starts playing. We walk towards. It was from like a park to like a little island. So we're walking. The music is playing. So as we're walking, it already sounds like he's been playing, and not like he's starting to play.
You're there. Love it.
Yeah. And then so I jump over the rocks because I wanted to see where I had enough room to do it. And she went the back way with other friends. And then I gave my phone to one of our friends who's now in our wedding party, and I told him, "Hey, do me a favor. At the end of this next song, start recording." And then he looks at me. He's like, "Are you gonna do something?" And I said, "Yeah." So I go back to her. I bring her, and then he starts playing a song. Well, he plays that song, and then at the very end of it, I had asked him to say, "Hey, Aubrey, this next song is a special song for you." So when he said that, she was
like, "What?"
She was
So
like
caught off
so
guard.
thrown off. And then he starts playing the song "Marry Me" by Train.
Yeah.
And then she was just so shocked. And then I waited to the chorus where he starts singing, "Marry Me."
Love
that's
it.
I got down on one knee and popped the ring out, and
I watched the video. It was great.
oh, did you?
Yeah,
I had it all planned out.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Down to the grain.
Awesome.
What he didn't share is that I actually gave him a hard time that I had to wear heels to Central Park because we walked, and I was like complaining about it the entire time.
Yeah.
And
Why? But why did you wear heels?
well, because he said he wanted me to look nice, and I was like,
for the photo.
Yeah,
for the
got
photo.
it.
He never asked for a
Right.
lot, so I was like, this
And did you have your nails done?
barely. He tried, and when after he proposed, I was like, that's why you were trying to get me to go to the nail salon the Monday
Smart.
before we left.
Smart,
But
because
I
that's the
had-
thing. Girls want their nails
So
done.
yeah,
Yes.
so I had that in mind. So we left Tuesday, and I was trying to tell her like get them done on Monday, But no, I need to get them done. I think she got them done like on Friday or Saturday.
So I gave him a hard time.
She gave me
Yeah. Such a brat. But anyways, so what is interesting is like, sharing with you that I've danced on like major courts, Staples Center. I have no problem being in front of people. But in that moment, I started sweating like I've never sweated before. And I was so just in shock. I couldn't believe it was happening.
Yeah.
And Train is one of my most favorite bands.
Aw.
Obsessed.
I love Train.
Obsessed with them.
Love Train.
We just saw them in Vegas.
Oh, that
Wow.
was awesome.
Anyways, so when he started playing Marry Me and I finally figured it out that it was that song, David didn't say anything. So he's just holding my hand as he's playing and he's just looking at me. And I'm like confused, but also knowing exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
But it felt like 4 or 5 minutes, but it was only like 10 seconds.
Sure.
So when he finally got down on his knee, he still didn't say anything.
Wow.
So it was probably a good like
He was like
minute.
letting the song do it.
Exactly.
Did you say it at all, or you just let it?
No, well, so I let the song say it,
Yeah.
and then I also knew that she was gonna be like very like emotional.
Yeah.
And you can tell in the video she didn't know what to say. So I waited for her to kind of gather herself, and then
She was like waiting for you to ask.
Yeah, I know. Now that I think back, it's like, hey, are you gonna say something?
Like you got to make it official.
Well,
Like
I even said that to him in the video.
Yeah.
I was like, David, hurry up and ask so I can stop sweating.
Yeah.
But yeah, he finally asked, and it was just everyone was around, and our friends were there. They were crying, and it was a beautiful moment. And I think what's really exciting is a lot of the people that I asked to come with us, they've known both of us since before we were dating.
No, that's
Because
great.
they're also a part
Yeah.
of like the dance world, and so it's been a very big celebration
Very cool.
of us coming together.
It's gonna be a fun wedding, that's for sure.
It'll be lit.
I think we covered it. I can't wait to finish watching the show. I'll sure I'll have more questions. I'll just bring you guys back on. and
Yeah,
Absolutely,
let us know.
we'll be here.
We'll
be here.
We'll
So we're
talk
not going
about.
to tell you how we did and how we left.
No, let's let him watch it.
Okay.
For all he knows-
Should I know?
For all he knows,
Nah.
we win.
No, I know. I know,
You wouldn't be here.
I know that. Were you runner-ups? Were you all the way to the end? Can you tell me that?
We ran 11 out of the 12 races.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's multiple people in the last.
Yeah, there's
Right,
more than
okay,
one team on
okay.
the last race.
Wow.
There's 3 teams.
So exciting.
Hmm
Wow.
You're going to have more questions, I guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
It was-
We'll do a quick one. We'll
Yeah,
bring
yeah.
you back in. We'll do the TikToks and we'll talk about the other races.
All right.
Awesome. Because we don't want you to be late for dinner. Where are you going to dinner?
I don't know. My parents said they picked out a place for us.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so
Probably somewhere in downtown.
maybe.
Yeah.
Or like South Bay area.
Hopefully Korean
Okay.
barbecue.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who has last newlywed question. Who has the better parents? Who gets the better in-laws?
Ooh.
Man, see, that's hard. That's a hard one. I think, okay, this is
You don't
not-
have to answer.
No,
That's
but just to like,
I was about to answer you.
I know you were.
Was it a tip of my tongue?
His family's very calm.
okay.
My family's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, for me, I feel like I'm getting the best of both worlds, right? And
Right.
then vice versa for him.
So you're inheriting the better in-laws. He's getting the wildness
yes, but
Yeah.
he loves it.
In a
Yeah,
good way, yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
He loves it.
I love
because
it.
he's used to the calm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Organized. You guys are great together.
Yeah.
Love it. Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
guys. I enjoyed talking to you so much. Stay in touch with me on
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
social
Thank you
media.
so
I don't
much.
know. We might reach out with the fruitcake or the tart cake.
The fruit tart.
Fruit tart. There you go.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to A Bunch of Losers with me, Derrick Fox. Please comment below if you guys have questions for any of these guests. I'm sure they would love to answer, and I'll answer as well. So let me know below. Also, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and then also make sure you're following us on Instagram, A Bunch of Losers with Derrick Fox, so you get the update on the new episodes. We will be launching them weekly. All right, thanks, losers.
Action.